So in fairness to Channel Fireball and anyone else, really, I have to present other options, right? The more information that's coming in to WotsyAskForThis@gmail.com, the more it actually doesn't look like it's Channel Fireball. 3 months ago when, and honestly, I would be very surprised if it were them because it would just be really, really risky. But 3 months ago when I looked into Sports and More the first time around, I had a strong suspicion that it was a wholesaler. One in particular, I suspected GTS based on a couple of circumstantial evidence. It's just a speculation. I'm not positive, but let me present to you why I think it might be them. If you first look, GTS is not a huge distributor, but they do have some really exclusive deals. They have I believe they're the only distributor who has Final Fantasy, and they're the only distributor that has some of the high-end Dragon Ball Super stuff. They seem to move a lot of Final Fantasy and Dragon Ball Super, and those are both GTS exclusives, and both are in stock at Sports and More. Most distributors have a hard time getting Final Fantasy TCG or Sports and More, yet they have plenty of it on their website, and they sell it at an aggressive price. So here's another theory, and maybe we can go down a bit of thought together, but ultimately we can know for sure. Okay, this is very easy to know. Wizards of the Coast could figure this out. So Sports and More, aka MVP Sports in Lancaster, PA, they used to use the name called MVP Sports and More. I guess allegedly they were caught selling using media mail and banned. So they set up Sports and More. I haven't been able to verify that, but I had two different leads talk to me about that. And the theory, the working theory is that they don't have a lot of Magic stores that go through them because they're not the biggest one. And so they've negotiated this deal to actually do what I thought didn't make any sense at all, make no money just to move the product, because distributors themselves cannot sell the product, right? So the theory, which has been sent to me by a few different people, and I've had a couple different conversations, is as follows. They give a large chunk at a very low or very possibly even cost to MVP. I'm told that they use players. If anybody goes to this game store, you can confirm or deny this, that they use players to do the shipping. They get free snacks or discounts or free drinks, discounts on product to help ship. So that would squash the how can they do this without insane overhead. The distributor price of $68, as we work through the math, does in fact just about break even if you don't have to pay for any overhead. GTS does not have a strong Magic community of retailers. In order to keep their numbers up, they may allow MVP to sell a large chunk. That's why they have the huge pre-orders every time at basically cost, so they can keep their numbers up with Wizards of the Coast. In exchange for, so why would MVP do this? Well, exchange for more aggressive pricing on higher selling products, access to stuff like Final Fantasy or Dragon Ball Super. So they get hard to find or limited product through GTS. And the word is many stores out there actually complain that they can't even get any product on Final Fantasy or DBZ Super, but yet Sports and More has plenty of it. And most people think Wizards of the Coast is already aware. If you go into the retailer forums on Wizards of the Coast, you see retailers or local game stores are very aware of Sports and More. And this would be very easy for Wizards of the Coast to pinpoint if they in fact have the systems in place that they say they do. So Wizards of the Coast, you stepped up on the background checks, sort of. Every box is tracked with scanner codes, or cases are tracked. All Wizards of the Coast would have to do is order a box themselves, or actually just ask me for them. I have scanners. I have boxes from Sports and More. Wizards of the Coast, just let me know. I'm actually going to tweet out the scanner code on the box, and if you can figure out where it came from, then we'll know. They could find a box FMRO, and then track it to the distributor. I'm sorry, they could get a box from Sports and More, and then just figure out where the distributor came from. Now, I don't know if they actually have this technology or not, but it's rumored that they do. And pre-selling at a very, very low price allows them, hypothetically, to lock in orders. Then, when the product releases, they usually mark it up $5. They do this with Pokemon as well. And they've probably worked out some so it's like a car dealership, right? Maybe they're making pennies per box on the Magic product, on the pre-sales or something. But they get a really good price on Final Fantasy, or they get a really good price on DBZ, or they get a really good price on Modern Masters, and they make their money there. Who cares, right? When you're able to sell thousands of boxes, right? There's also a theory that GTS may consign to MVP, meaning MVP could stock whatever with no risk. Basically, the theory is that GTS Distributor is just using MVP as a sock sales place. This would be undoubtedly against at least the Wizards of the Coast WPN agreement, but probably not illegal, right? There are no established minimums in price. There are no established, I haven't seen the contracts, so there may be something, but, I'm not sure that there's anything forbidding GTS from selling, quote, at a loss to a particular online seller. Now, why Sports & More always seems to private their previous listings, that's curious. Why don't they want people to know how many boxes at a particular price that they sold? Especially on their pre-orders, when everyone knows they're not making any money. It's curious. Now that it's been brought to my attention that perhaps people are donating their labor, and I know how kind Magic players can be, this seems more plausible. I mean, I've had my eye on GTS for a really long time. Unfortunately, the fact of the matter is maybe they're not doing anything necessarily wrong. But if we are to believe that Wizards of the Coast really does care about local game stores, if they really do care about the community, how could they let this go on? Again, WotsyAskForThis@gmail.com. If anybody can confirm the labor, I know lots of kids that go to that place. If people will come on record and confirm that this is indeed the case, then we will know. Of course, we don't have to speculate. Wizards of the Coast could easily find out themselves. Food for thought. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to be notified the next time I upload a video, make sure you subscribe and click that damn bell so you actually get notified. If you want to support the cause of this channel, it survives based on the amazingly gracious support of my patrons. Link is in the description if you'd like to help out.